If you take nothing else away from this episode, I hope you remember this part, because the events that are about to unfold changed the gaming industry forever. Back in 1988, 3 years before the Philips-Nintendo partnership was announced publicly, Nintendo forged a partnership with a competitor of Philips, Sony. Nintendo wanted Sony to help create a CD-based add-on for their upcoming consoles, the Super Famicom and Super NES. This technology would allow for full motion video and larger games. But here's the cherry on top of this whole deal. Part of the agreement said Sony could create a new Sony-branded console that was compatible with the Super Famicom/SNES cartridges and also CD games. And what would Sony name this new hybrid console? PlayStation. But the partnership got rocky when Nintendo realized Sony would have complete control over this new CD format, named SuperDisc, and the software licensing too. Nintendo found these terms unacceptable and suspected Sony was using them primarily for the goal of launching their own Sony-branded console. So Nintendo started looking for another partner. During the summer CES show in 1991, Sony revealed its PlayStation console to the public. And literally, the next day, at the same event, Nintendo unveiled its new partnership with Sony's rival, Philips. So now Philips was working with Nintendo to create this CD-based add-on. And part of the deal said, Philips, you now have permission to use some of our Nintendo characters in your games. Now you might be thinking, Ken, I never saw this Super NES CD thing. What's up with that? It was canceled. Following the poor reception of the Sega CD, the Super NES ND drive never passed the prototype stage, and the product was quietly abandoned during the summer of 1993. Nintendo would not release an optical media disc-based console until the GameCube in 2001. Well, darn it, all that dramatic treachery for nothing. Well, not exactly. First off, Nintendo and Sony made up, so everyone's chill, right? Now kiss. And second, Sony kept the PlayStation name and made their own CD-based console, which became the PlayStation we know today. Yep, the Sony PlayStation was, more or less, created out of a disagreement between Nintendo and Sony. Amazing. And it went on to sell over 600 million units. So I think this whole mess worked out well for Sony.